Hello and welcome back to another video from the Tommy Gun. In this video we'll be talking about Battlefield 4, my expectations for the game. Although I did do a previous video on this a couple of days ago, I've decided to make another one because I'm really excited for the game and there's a lot of content I need to cover and I can't cover it all in one video. So there's three main topics, as I always do in every video, three main topics I'm going to cover in this video. Number one is the new Frostbite engine. Number two, the gameplay changes for Battlefield 3. And number four, what I'm most looking forward to. Okay, so as I always say, please smack the like button, share it, subscribe if you're new around here. Follow me on Twitter. My two names are @TheTommyGun and TommyGun with an R on the end of it. Also, I'm on Instagram, TheTommyGun. So yeah, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you. So first of all, Frostbite 3. Now, it's actually called Frostbite 3, but in real life, or reality, it's Frostbite 2.8, because apparently they're only using 80% of the capabilities of the Frostbite engine. So, in Battlefield 3, we saw Frostbite 2. It was a really powerful engine with a lot of destruction, although people didn't think it had as much destruction as Battlefield Bad Company 2. I personally think it was substantial. You know, you could bring down a few buildings, you could blow like holes in walls and stuff, and especially with the HD destruction in the Close Quarters DLC, that was really good because you could see like all the chips in the walls and everything. That was really good. So Frostbite 3, they're bringing in this new thing called Levolution, which is, I guess, bringing the battlefield to a completely different scenario by demolishing the skyscraper. As I'm sure many of you have seen from E3, the E3 footage, that demolishing of the skyscraper on the siege of Shanghai. So it's basically that, and also the car park, the underground car park with the tank falls down with the C4. That was a really good shot of and footage from the Frostbite 3 engine. So I think this is really going to impact gameplay, because if you think about it, in Battlefield 3, say you've got on Close Quarters you had two levels, didn't you, on the maps? So, say if I was on the top level and there's enemies beneath me, on Battlefield 3 I had to go all the way to the edge of the map to find some steps to go down and kill that guy. However, on Battlefield 4, all you're going to have to do is get some of that C4, if you're a recon or support, put it down on the ground, and if you put enough down, blow a hole in the floor, and go down and kill him. Now this is really going to impact gameplay, because it'll make gameplay so much more fluid and different. Because one minute you could just be walking along, and boom, all of a sudden the roof caves in and there's four guys just jumping down, knifing you and killing you. Which I think would be really, really cool. Okay, so that's the Frostbite 3 covered. So next I'm just going to talk quickly about the gameplay changes from Battlefield 3 to Battlefield 4. So obviously I've just talked about Frostbite, which is a big game changer, but also they've updated some of the vehicles as well. So we've now got boats and jet skis and all that kind of stuff, and we've now got different tanks and APCs, IFVs, all that kind of stuff, which is really cool. Now in Battlefield 3, I think they were trying to focus on infantry combat a lot. You know, they improved the infantry mechanics a lot. I thought the vehicle mechanics were quite buggy at times on Battlefield 3. You know, they weren't as smooth as they could have been. Especially in Bad Company 2, I think the tanks are really fun in Bad Company 2. And they didn't seem to have that same sort of power in Battlefield 3. Because they could easily be taken out by like a javelin or a helicopter. But if you were in a tank in Bad Company 2, it felt really, really powerful. So I hope they change the vehicle mechanics for Battlefield 4. Because I think, anyway, that one of the most important factors for a Battlefield game is the vehicle combat. That is it, the most important factor. Also, I hope they make some of the weapons more fair. Now, I've used the M16A3 in Battlefield 3 since the day it came out. I've got 34 service stars for it. It's now an overpowered weapon. So now it's shunned, along with AEK. I'm sure many of you understand and play Battlefield, you know what I'm talking about. So I hope they make the weapons more balanced, and I hope the attachments also have a bit more of an impact, because in Battlefield 3, they didn't really have that much variation between them. Like the Russians had the Cobra and the Americans had the Reflex sight. The Cobra was slightly better, so I hope they bring a bit more balancing into the weaponry and the gun mechanics and physics in the game. Okay, now finally I'm going to talk about what I'm looking forward to most in Battlefield 3. Now, as I mentioned in the previous video that I made on Battlefield 4, I've been trying to get Service Star 100 on Battlefield 3. I've now given up that challenge because the time limit that I'm going to have between now and Battlefield 4 and all my stuff I have to do, it's just not going to work. It's not going to fit in. So I decided on Battlefield 4, instead of like being very sort of consistent and playing it constantly, that I think I'm just going to be a bit more relaxed and laid back with this one and play it sort of more on the fun scale. Because Battlefield 3 I was really excited for, because I just got my Xbox like a year before Battlefield 3 came out, and I played Bad Company 2 really well, like loads. So I think with Battlefield 4 I'm just going to be relaxed, play with the objective as I always do, you know, go on the big maps a bit more, because on Battlefield 3 I tend to go on close quarters a lot. So I'm going to stop doing that, and I'm not going to rush it at the start. I'm just going to play it and enjoy it. And I think that's the core experience of the game, really, is just to enjoy it. Another thing I'm looking forward to a lot is the main sort of setting of the game in China. We haven't seen a Chinese setting since Battlefield 2, which I played loads on the PC. So it's going to be really interesting to see some of the Chinese weapons versus the American weapons, because I think the American weapons and Russian weapons are sort of similar. They have their own similarities, but I know quite a lot about weapons and stuff like the QBZ-95 and the QBB-95. They are variously different to, say, an M4A1 or an M249 light machine gun. So the variations in weaponry is going to be very, very interesting, and it's going to be really fun to see what DICE do to like implement these changes. Okay, guys, thanks. Thanks for watching this video. As I've said before, please like, share, and subscribe if you're new around here. Also, follow me on Twitter. If you go back to the start of the video, I mentioned my Twitter names and Instagram. Please follow me. Every time I upload a video, there'll be a notification on Twitter to tell you that the upload's been complete. And thank you. There'll be a GTA 5 reveal video whenever the multiplayer is revealed. So thank you for watching, and goodbye.